My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Pygmalion in the Bazaar. I mean, that's only meant to reference that I'm going to be playing Pygmalion in the Bazaar, but I guess it's also worth noting that a lot of people are playing Pygmalion in the Bazaar at the moment, and a lot of them are doing something very similar to one another, and I'm about to do it to them back. Spiky shield. Every 8 seconds, deal 10 deal 10 damage. Sorry, shield 10, and then deal your shield in damage to the enemy. Good lord. Quixel. Help me fill out my board, please. I'll take them, but both of those are not what I wanted. But unfortunately, Quixel is very expensive to roll, so those will be what I take. Let's go to the Haunted Kimono, possibility of picking up Silk. I mean, if not, 3 additional shielding that then becomes 3 additional shield damage from the Spiky shield is good. We're going to have a good amount of gold for the first half of tomorrow. So hopefully that gives me the ability to be a little bit picky in finding some additional shield. I mean, Silk Scarf certainly does it. Strange Mushroom experience. Lost Crate experience. We get our level up.
I can already see all the treasures I'll put here.
Don't let my youth worry. The guys who trained me were very old.
The rightmost shield has plus 20 shielding. Happy to give that to the Spiky shield that then does that in damage to the enemy.
So like 9 years.
My dreams are too big for you to steal.
Basically, does the enemy have scaling, yes or no?
Boring.
No. Those weapons both attack on a 6-second cooldown, which is significantly faster than mine. Annoyingly. But I'll be shielding 30 every 8 seconds, as well as scaling my damage up. Oh, they've got regen. That's actually kind of annoying. I wonder if they win this back off the back of that. No, they actually lose. I'm so glad that we won day 1. Oh, not having to go to day 11. Oh. What a joy. Middle, you're selling medium items? Why don't you sell me one of these ones? Huh? I can get some additional damage on the dog via the safe, but like... Oh no, it's the Silk Scarf that actually cares about that. Well, I've got Silk Scarf and dog. Hang on. I'm gonna take the safe and roll.
And I'll trot it to your door.
I'm gonna take the briefcase.
Oh, the water is free. I like the exercise.
Man pass, give me a combat. Someone else would have gotten a combat there. Briefcase deals its damage faster than dog. So it'll be replaced. I don't actually think I have enough damage to push through Rogue Scrapper at the moment. You heal 60 every 10 seconds? I will deal significantly more than that. And I shield 30 every 8 seconds, which is most of the damage you deal. I don't know if I beat Rogue Scrapper. Specifically just because they start with a lot more HP than me. I'm gonna fight Covetous Thief.
Or beef. Your choice.
Getting either Shadowed Cloak or Grindstone so that I have some onboard scaling while I try and figure out what I'm doing for the rest of my board is definitely helpful. I mean, pickpocket, start of each fight, get a single gold. Relevant. Another safe, I would sell my current one and then get this so that I have many more non-weapons sold for the sake of silk. Don't you dare crit on your last hit here.
An outrage.
Grindstone. Weapon left of this gets plus 10 damage to the fight. I'll head to Midsworth, see what he's got in stock for us. It's a pretty early Igloo. First time you fall below half health each fight, use this. Every 6 seconds, it freezes an item for 1 second and then shields for 50. Definitely going to be selling the safe here. As well as the briefcase, because Midsworth buys both. I do also really want to get rid of the Lumbors. While it is a multicasting weapon, it is like one of the worst.
Not too big, not too small. Perfect.
I'll buy and sell Hatchet. Well, I'm not going to sell it yet, because in one space time, we're going to get an upgrade to either Dog or Silk Scarf. Igloo is nice stall, but does it do anything for me? Like, I have nothing that cares about freeze triggers. Pygmalion, do you have anything that cares about freeze? Giant Ice Club. Yeah. Nothing else cares about me having freeze except for skills. And like, what am I gonna take this planning to get shatter? I'm gonna roll. It feels bad because this is like totally an item. It could totally go on field, but like, is it? Does it? Really disappointing. Brass Knuckles deals double damage.
That's how it's done.
Makes it a significantly better receptor for the additional damage given to it by Grindstone. It's like a 4 times... it's like a 4-second multicast. In effect there. Alright, we don't get a level up. Level up is next. I mean, I still will save a bunch of things to sell after I get my level up, and I'm probably going to upgrade the Silk Scarf over the dog. The dog doesn't really have any damage yet. Haven't I sold some small items? Why are you so weenie? Did I sell only one small item? No, I only sold safe. I literally haven't sold any small items yet. Okay, never mind. I thought I'd already screwed up on that. Bronze item, upgrade dog. Never mind. I was hopeful. Small items. I honestly don't care about small items unless they're yo-yo right now. Am I really about to just accept the day 2 loss here? I think I am. I'm gonna go get income from the tourist attraction, and I mean, like, I'd love to win the fight. Let me make that very clear. I don't think I'm gonna win the fight though. I think that's the strongest board I can field though, so have at 'em.
I should warn you.
Tier the 4th.
Unlike other Japanese,
a hearty well met and have at 'em. Oh, yikes. See, they do have ammo, which is annoying. Don't destroy the brass knuckles, please. Thank you. I don't know if I can outshield their remaining weapons. Oh, I can. Oh my god, we won that day. We don't deserve that. We literally only won that day because the enemy was unprepared for us to have as much max HP as we do. They weren't ready to go up against a level 3 pig. Honk honk. Red pickles are weapons to the right of this, gets plus 4 damage to the fight. I mean, that's a significantly better substitution for us right now, but realistically, it's just a small item to sell. Oh, eating contest. No, I want to upgrade before I sell a bunch of stuff. Let's go to Kev's Armory and see if I can solve things. Apropos Chapeau. Every 6 seconds, your weapons gain 6 damage for the fight, your healing items gain 6 healing for the fight, your shield items gain 6 shield for the fight. If you have another tool, weapon, property, or apparel, this says +1 multicast for each. Silk Scarf is an apparel. I mean, Spiky Shield's a weapon. And Grindstone is a tool. They're not ideal ones for me to have, but those are really good. Textiles is a nothing, which makes it really difficult to field, despite the fact that it would take a lot of upgrades, a lot of buffs out of the Apropos Chapeau. I'm gonna boot back to main menu to try and unbug that item so I can actually sell it.
Don't have scales? I can forge some for you.
I really want the Spiky Shield on there so that I'm getting the shielding and damage benefit from Spiky Shield at the same time. See what we can do in the future. That'll be sell one spare change and roll. Jewelry, aquatic ship. Adjacent toys have +1 multicast. Don't really have any toys. And Jabalian longbow. +1 multicast if you have more health than the enemy, not really going to be relevant. I do think I probably take jewelry and replace pickles with it for additional shielding that happens faster. I'm going to keep pickles so that it keeps generating items that I can sell. I don't even have the 10 gold to invest in a gumball machine at the moment, so it's definitely slutty. We don't apply our damage very quickly, but we scale the damage of the brass knuckles very quickly. I think we can take out the eccentric otherite. And also, if we do, there's a possibility we get the biggest spiky shield. The fastest spiky shield. So every time Apropos Chapeau goes off, it goes off 4 times, giving 24 shield to all items on the board and 24 damage to all items on the board. This item, when it gets 24 damage, gives 48 damage instead. I mean, Brass Knuckles is doing work. It's just a very slow weapon, so it's really difficult because, like, this says, you know, every 8 seconds attack, and this deals double damage. But most of the time, a weapon that attacks every 4 seconds but doesn't deal double damage would be significantly better. Scrap. When you sell this, your leftmost shield item gets plus 12 shield. We're about to level up again.
I can already see the treasures I'll put here.
Taking a second to concern myself here with whether or not the silk scarf is the correct upgrade. It is.
Moving up in the world.
Going to a medium at the moment would actually be sick. Like, what if it upgrades the silk scarf or the Apropos Chapeau? What if it gives me ATM so I can field a property? I think it matters significantly more right now.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
Pretty difficult hits there, unfortunately. Well, it's not the best thing I've ever encountered.
I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
But I can get some more shielding out of it for the scarf at
I
least.
think you're really gonna enjoy that.
And some more max HP even. %, economic seminar here. Economic seminar is more likely than any other encounter to give me... I think it's time to get rid of the dog. I'm so sorry. But realistically, you're not going back on board. Nice. This is the most likely event to give me a bunch of items that I can sell as well as value for them. That'll be it. So we got a pretty big shielding coming out of the silk scarf. We got spiky shield to deal it in damage to the enemy, and then we just got a bunch of other things. It really depends who I run into and what they're doing as to whether or not this build has any legs. Full weapons Vanessa is pretty hard. I mean, they run out of ammunition on the Javelin, which was our godsend there. When you haste, you reload at 1 ammo, but they had no haste triggers on board, so it's stuck there for a while, just waiting to get a little more powerful, and in that time, we had enough time to scale. But I'm still, like, very clearly exactly at the knife's edge. Small items that I care about right now, like Monocle, but I'm gonna keep Silk Scarf on field, so I don't need Monocle, which usually you want with Apropos Chapeau, because the Monocle, every 6 seconds it shields you equal to your gold. It's not relevant for that. It's relevant because it has the tags Tool and Apparel in a 1-slot item. I'll be going Docks and Shielding here. Toolbox. Your other tools have their cooldowns reduced by 10%. I could give 80 additional shielding to the Silk Scarf right now. I just have to go to the Gumball machine. But Sylvia is possibly offering to upgrade some of my items. Like silver, 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 silver. Most shopkeeps at the moment offer silver items. The skill... Oh, wow. 4% crit chance to the board. Yeah, most of them are offering silver tier items almost exclusively at this point. All right, Mr. Ganjo. Unfortunately, I wouldn't actually field a Ganjo as much as I'd like to. The board that best benefits from the Ganjo also best benefits from Apropos Chapeau. And then the Ganjo doesn't want to be on board because the Apropos Chapeau really wants all of your other items to either be relevant to the Apropos Chapeau's multicasting or relevant to its scaling. And Ganjo is neither. Exactly, like Holiday. Every 6 seconds, multicast 2. That also gets, like... It's as though this said, 6 seconds, I gain double damage.
More is more, I always say.
Which means it's obviously better than Brass Knuckles.
If you want grim and stoic, you came to the wrong Sphinxian. I believe in joy.
Additional shield equal to 2 times your level. Honestly, like, it's either that or roll, and if I roll, I'm very narrow. I'm rolling. Your weapons have additional damage equal to your income. 8. Your items just have 8% across the board crit chance. Honestly, pretty good. First time you freeze each fight, haste an item 2 seconds. I don't necessarily freeze any fight. I'm going to take the one that's currently relevant. 8% crit chance. Why not?
But it's beautiful up there.
Golden experience, too relevant. I'm going to middle for the exact same reason that I wanted to earlier.
What can I get you?
Oh. I mean, 100 max HP at the start of the day is not bad, but... Do I take it? I'm gonna roll, leaving myself the ability still to upgrade if I get one of the silver tier items that I have and care about. I don't. I'll take cash register.
I want you to be happy.
Miniature little economic play here. That I've been getting a couple of tough stores here. It's okay though. Still got 4 times on the Apropos Chapeau. It really comes down to whether or not you have the build I was trying to do. Please don't show me a fixer-upper balcony. Don't do that to me.
You do see these tusks, right?
Force field. Well. So I say this much, it's not a fixer-upper. So... it's got that going for it. They do have scaling from the Apropos Chapeau. They've got a +4. They've got 4 multicasts on it as well. I do too. They've got a fast... well, ATM is taking the shield as fast as my jewelry is taking the shield. My damage is not especially fast, which is making it very difficult to suppress their force field damage. Oh, come on. I just need my spiky shield to go off before their force field, but their force field is 3.9 and my spiky shield's 8. Ended up coming over the top anyway. Woohoo. Yeah, literally just came down to the fact that I also had a silk scarf pitching in additional shielding. Sick. Betrayer. I'm gonna go get a tool from the docks. Ice pick. Single size. Weapon and tool. I'll be honest, I did not think ice pick was a tool. That said, that makes it easier for me to take Grindstone off field, thankfully. Middle,
If I don't
do
have
you...
what you need, I'll help you find who does.
Do you want to play ball this time? I don't. Speaking of playing ball, I don't think it's time for a dog, unfortunately. Globe and booby trap? No, thank you. I'm looking for ATM, silk scarf, apropos chapeau, cash register, briefcase, safe, pinata. At what point is it appropriate to take offense? Flail would be a better damage dealer, but right now my damage is actually really courtesy of my shields. The Grindstone, Hality, and the buffing of those with the Apropos Chapeau, as well as the Grindstone, like all of that actually kind of pales in comparison to the rest of my board. I don't think getting another weapon to try and buff that, like, I don't think that has a long timeline. I think if we did that, we can do that successfully for a day, and then I have to change.
See that mountain? That's home. You might have what you need.
I could get 4 income rather, if I sell 10 gold of stuff here. It'd just be these 3: business card, ice pick, cash register. I honestly don't want to do it, but I think it might be essential. I think I'm going longer in this run than I'd hoped. Sadly. Okay, so... Infernal Envoy's Vengeance, 10% lower cooldown on your right and leftmost would be pretty good. But I'm just going to go for maximum value here. I want to be really greedy with the second half of today's shops. The real strength of our run currently specifically sits in the fact that Silk Scarf generates 300 and something shield at 7 seconds, and then Spiky Shield deals our shield in damage at 8 seconds. That's really the only thing that's going on. Like, yes, jewelry and Hality contribute, and Grindstone's contributing to Hality, but like, if all 4 of those were off field, and instead I had just any tool, obviously not Ice Pick anymore, any tool and any property, especially if the property is shielding, it actually contributes to the rest of the run as well. I mean, versus Relax and Jules Cafe, I'll go to...
blames his tools. See ya. Hey, I use that brand myself. Quality stuff.
Oh, I'm not. Thank you for the offer, but no. As much as I want golden experience, I have gold, and I really need to do things right now. Ice cream truck, freeze an item for 2 seconds. When you use another non-weapon item, charges 1 second. I mean, apropos, very fast non-weapon item, but this doesn't have any tags for it, and I don't benefit from doing the freezing. So it doesn't really accomplish almost anything for us at all. I'll take the piggy bank, start investing in, and roll. Really disappointing. I already have both tool and apparel on field, so fielding monocle instead of grindstone makes no sense. So I'm gonna be rolling the same build again. I deserve to be punished for this. Jewelry shields more often, so I'm gonna give it the rear shielding. A Vanessa that's lost every day except for one is not necessarily who I think will appropriately punish me for my sins.
I should warn you. I am not like other Jabarians.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
That's weapons. Ooh, they reload as well. That's important tech. Oh, they'll win this one.
I paint my ship
Very, very close, though. Well, thank you for teaching me to run a different board. I mean, I was trying to, but... Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of pickles. I need some space. Create a silver or lower tier item. We'll drop the silk scarf in that. So now when we sell a non-weapon item, we get 12 shield. Hello, Gumball. I will absolutely be buying 120 additional shields. When it's offered to me. Oh, God. Infernal. 192 health. So realistically, I would need to keep most of my shielding. They burn us 18 at the very start of the fight. 22 at the very start of the fight, sorry. 8 seconds into the fight, they hit with the Infernal Greatsword. Which will deal 17 damage to us and also carry additional burn. Fire Claw is on before. I don't think we're fast enough to take them out. I think maybe if this was a fixer-upper. There's an interesting possibility here. I will note the interesting possibility, which is Crane is both a weapon and a tool, which is two of the items that Apropos Chapeau cares about. So, we could have a medium item next to the Crane that casts 5 times every 6 seconds. I'm just saying it'd be cool. I'm just saying it'd be cool. It's not Power Sander, though. Adjacent weapons gain +6 and adjacent shield items gain +6. Yikes. Middle, do you want to stop betraying me?
Nothing tiny, nothing huge. All about moderation.
Middle, I don't think that counts. It can upgrade items for me, though.
toss that on my back, and I'll trot it to your door. Oh, delivery's free. I like the exercise. Just toss that on my back, and I'll trot it to your door.
In 20 more gold, we'll get an upgrade of a lower tier item, signet ring, globe, holiday, apropos chapeau, spiky shield. There's 2 upgrades available for jewelry, so I'd really like to get rid of jewelry so that it doesn't try and attract those upgrades to itself. Did they change the percentage chance that gives you a fight and just not tell anyone? Because I'm still employing the correct strategy from previous metas of always trying to take the fight there. Because it gives you the fight enough of the time that it makes it the best value choice consistently. It's just, I've also been having a lot of runs recently where it doesn't give me enemies. And annoyingly, that comes at the same time as knowing that I'm going up against enemies who, other players rather, who probably did get that in that event. Perma slow for my board is going to make it impossible for me to defend against this. Oof.
I do not teach. I help you discover for yourself.
That's 5 times using your rightmost item, freeze a single item 1 second, and that item does not have a defined size. There's also the first 4 times you shield each fight, charge an item 1 second, which I'll happily take.
All wisdom has power, but not all power has wisdom.
I just don't have much money this first half of the day, so okay, cool.
As a GSM and master merchant, I can sell you things.
So I wanted to try and take a gold neutral option in the first half and then a gold positive option in the second half. But the fact that I can go to a shop as well as sell the chocolate bars for money, super useful to us. Bootstraps is an upgrade after I spend 16 now? Yeah, so if I bought the golf clubs, something would get upgraded. That said, I don't want the golf clubs. So I don't want any of those.
Am I even a master merchant?
We can definitely beat the Cosmic Rock. The in-fight scaling provided by the Apropos Chapeau at this point, considering the other weapons that are... Oh, wow.
To let you stop me.
When you create haste a weapon for a second, that's haste an item for a second rather. That's super useful. And gumballs. But the fact that the silk scarf and the spiky shield are still my by far most impactful items on board, and the Apropos Chapeau is just scaling items that aren't like literally it's only scaling 2 items that actually care about the numbers that it's scaling onto them. Like we're running 2 completely different builds at the same time. We should be going all in on one or the other. Another 6 gold until our next upgrade. That's a reroll in Nufu. Kev's Armory. I mean, going there and finding silk would definitely be the best.
Oh, a customer.
I have no properties, so open sign is irrelevant. Shielded textile. Shields 20 and then heals equal to double your shield. Sorry, heals equal to your shield, but it has double shield itself. I mean, totally fine item to put on board. I really want a replacement tool for grindstone. I'm gonna roll. Like, this is part of the scaling plan. This is part of the in-game scaling plan. This is part of the out-game scaling plan. The out-game scaling plan is the only one that's actually having any relevant impact. Well... it's shielded. I think we sell anything it wants. Literally anything we sell for that. I'm gonna get rid of the grindstone. And Haladi. I don't want jewelry to be the target for the upgrade. Do I not want that enough to sell jewelry? No.
Moving up in the world.
So we still have 4 times multicast on the Apropos Chapeau because the shielded fixer-upper took a tool off field but it itself is a property. This is also going to shield for 2 times the item's value. It has double value because it's already enchanted. And at the start of each day it upgrades, so literally in an hour it will upgrade, giving it another double value. And it also doubles the shield that it provides, including the shield that it gets from additional scaling. Alright, I think we found our feet. I think our feet are solidly under us now. And it's definitely the recipient for rear shielding. In terms of positioning, nothing else matters. Okay.
People believe in peace. Boring. My dreams are too big for you to steal.
I mean,
that was impressive.
a toxic bushel is a very fun game plan. It's just a lot of in-fight scaling they're trying to do. I have sympathy for that. I was trying to do in-fight scaling myself, not 10 years ago. 5 silver tier spare change. I need money. And scaling for the silk. And this is both of those. Aerodrome? What do you got in ya? Jules Cafe. It's worth. Yeah.
Right. Back to business. Large items, small items, grotesque excess.
Keychain. Every 12 seconds, use a property. The real value of Keychain is when you enchant it, it also uses the item relevant. So like if you enchant it with shielded, it says use a property and then use a shield item. That's its real value. Pawn shop, when you sell an item that gains 2 value, you have increased max health equal to 15 times the item's value. And then finally hogwash. I don't think any of those are relevant to us, but I don't know if I want to roll. Like, if I did find something that was relevant to me after the roll, I wouldn't be able to buy it. Unless it was small. If this was a tool, I would take it. And honestly, it should be. It's a keychain. Literally a tool.
Right then, off you go.
I'm so glad I did nothing in the previous space because it's so much more important for me to hit the gumballs here. Also, it's worth noting, increasing their crit chance is super relevant because that's access to haste for a character that otherwise does not have much access to haste. Mr. Pygmalion. I can definitely outshield your damage, and if I go for you, I guarantee I'll level 10 before the next fight. The enchant's gonna have to be pretty wild to keep the Apropos Chapeau on board. Sundra! Every 4 seconds, deal 20 damage, and then your enemy's shield items lose 15 shield for the fight. It's not nothing. I don't care about you, Paul. This thing's upgrading at the end of the day. What do I need your help for? I'm going to go for the free option here so that I still have the opportunity to spend money in the next shop should I need it. I mean, honestly,
Size dilutes the
there's a small item I care about right now.
It's highly concentrated.
Marbles is actually pretty fun. I'll take marbles. It's not the small item I care about.
Never be remorseless.
But it'll count.
Now that's quality.
Rewards card is good. It upgraded the Apropos Chapeau. And we put the marbles between the two most commonly activating items on the field in the Shielded Fixer-Upper and the Apropos Chapeau. So it's not a tool, unfortunately, so we don't get the full 5 multicast, but we will be slowing a lot of our enemy items, which is really relevant. Bandage is a pretty good item to get. Oh my god. What is that? You're not to know this, but I recently had an off-camera run where any enchantment except for Celestial Conduit, any enchantment except for Radiant would have won the game. I got 2 enchantments in a row and both of them were Celestial Conduit. I was sad. I don't think it's Radiant. Radiant would be nice so that I don't have to worry about, you know, Spiky Shield slowing down or anything like that, but realistically, I'm looking for more impact. Silk? So Silk could double its shielding. It could freeze an item. It could get multicast. Most of the things that the Silk Scarf can get randomly enchanted with here would be great for us.
Hello, old friend. Pleased to meet you.
Turbo. It's probably one of the worst. Hasting 2 items for 3 seconds every 7 seconds. Obviously, that would be best received on Shielded Fixer-Upper. Definitely not on the Apropos Chapeau. It has multicast, sure, but it only targets 1 item for 1 second of haste every time it goes off. So every 6 seconds, it gives out 4 seconds worth of haste. Every 7 seconds, this gives out 6. Obviously, upgrading the amount that it hastes for would be super useful there, but... There's also the possibility of going for the random upgrade on bootstraps and then intending to upgrade the bootstraps to diamond tier so that it can enchant all of my items. I don't like doing that unless the enchant is very, very, very spicy. Or the bootstraps are already significantly higher level than all of your items and, you know, just giving them all enchants is worth it. Okay. Very fast scaling burn damage with a turbo ignition core is definitely one of the hardest things for us to face. So it's really good that the Turbo Silk Scarf resolved its shielding literally immediately before the Spiky shield. Like, you can watch, they're like a frame apart. They should be a full second apart, but this tricky bugger, what have you done? Oh, you didn't even slow an item. What happened then? Oh, Electrified Hull charged the Spiky shield, so they were both resolving on 7-second speed. And there's the big old shielded fixer-upper. BazaarCon for networking, because of course it's BazaarCon for networking. Middle. Gimme balcony.
Sale, no sale. I want what's...
When I'm rich, I'll never hear no again.
If it's not right for you, bring it back. I want you to be happy.
Yeah, none of those are relevant. Booby trap. When you use a property, charge this 1 second. It only charges 1 second, unfortunately. You can move that there just so that it hits if I ever go to a merchant. Oh, we're literally about to go to a fight. Oops. It's 100% weapons platform. It's weapons platform for the gold. It's weapons platform for the battery. It's weapons platform because first aiding would totally be relevant just as a fast haste provider to the rest of the board. Distributed systems specifically, though, when you use a large item, yeah. Haste 2 small items, 2 seconds. It's a really good way to get the shielded fixer up and give shield. Sorry, give shield, give haste to the field is the word I was looking for there.
The people of Japalia could learn much from this place. I know I have.
When you use a property, deal damage equal to double your gold. You know what?
It's a whole new curriculum out here.
It's time for some commercial zoning. Let's hit Gumball with all we have for the sake of the silk. Morland, you can sell balcony, which means I have to go to you, and I pretty much have to go to anyone who could.
Hello, land.
Until I have balcony.
Pleased to meet you.
No balcony spotted. Stained glass window, though. When you win a fight with stained glass window in play, your properties gain 6 value. When you lose it, they lose 2 value. Oh, they changed that. This used to be like they gain 6, they lose 16. It was absurd. If you have 4 or fewer items in play, their cooldowns are reduced by 20%. 12, 10, 22, 6, 28. Can't afford it. I was literally considering selling marbles, Apropos Chapeau, and my entire inventory.
Not today. Perhaps tomorrow.
Boots Rutman.
Tusks, right?
Was this guy named by Hideo Kojima? Oh no, it's the terrifying board. Heavy metronome. When you use an adjacent item, haste the other adjacent item 1 second, and slow. Pylon, when you slow, haste. Obsidian Power Drill, when you slow or haste, charge this 2 seconds. And then Race Car, when you haste, charge this 2 seconds. I'm shielding a huge amount. They're quickly getting to the point that they are critting literally every hit. I'm dead. Firepower, giving the additional damage to the Obsidian Power Drill makes sense. Yes, it's a random enchantment location for me. Slow effects, you said. I honestly don't know if anything cares about that. I'm gonna double the amount of... First, I'll check if the Apropos Chapeau does anything dumb with it. It doesn't. Slows a single item for a single second. That makes sense. I'm gonna double the slow duration given out by the marbles. The marbles probably aren't staying on field for that long, and I'm probably gonna end up selling them in order to get that money back pretty quickly. Middle, you can sell balcony.
What can I get you?
Lion's cane, there's a hammock and belt. Lion's cane and belt both in the same store. I'd have 6,000 max HP. This would do 600 damage. Significantly less than what I already do. And then, unfortunately...
Okay. It's been nice talking to you.
No balcony for Shikomo. Midsworth?
All things in moderation. In life and business.
Have the double whammy. Which I am utterly uninterested in.
I've got 4 legs because I carry the company.
I'll happily take loot, though. Trash Titan charging back up the shielded fixer-upper would be good, but I need money. Give me Pendulum.
To be a dervish is to be free. Join us.
When you crit, charge this 2 seconds. Adjacent items have plus 40% crit chance, and we have Cosmic Wind. We just got Perma Haste on board. That's what this item is Perma Haste. It wants to give its critical value to those 2. Heavy Marble still wants some adjacency. The additional shielding should go on Fixer Upper, so it's like the full reverse of that board. No, wait, but then the Spiky... Well, Shielded Fixer Upper is always going to want to be adjacent both to the Heavy Marbles and the Pendulum, so I am going to have to just give up on the additional 20 shielding from rear shielding, but that's, again, quite minor. Gold tier loot item looking for cooldown reduction of some kind. Yeah, some additional crit chance, not bad. 15% additional crit chance for the Shielded Fixer Upper. Yeah, we are so far past the Apropos Chapeau. Sorry, buddy. Oh, Bootstraps is literally going to upgrade as soon as I hit the next button. It's going to hit Signet Ring. If I go to Eating Contest and get gold, then the only target it has is Signet Ring. So now I'm getting more income. Yay. As well as more max HP every time I move a space. Pearls, dig sight.
Wonders waiting for us in the ground.
Magnifying glass for 30 additional damage. Toxic clubs or fire claw? Irrelevant. Ideally, ooh, restorative truffles. Restorative truffles would sell for 4 because it's enchanted, so it has additional value, and then I could give that additional value to the shielded fixer-upper by selling it, but that's still really narrow. Oh. I didn't think that was going to happen.
Who were the people who left these things behind?
I didn't think it was going to happen. Oh. Hang on. We've bugged out the marbles. I'm going to reload so that I'm certain that the marbles doesn't currently consider itself to be on board and the force field not. Because if I load that fight and then the force field turns out not to be on... If an item isn't respecting its position, sometimes things get wacky in ways you don't expect. Like here, where it literally just disappeared. Did I get money for selling it? Well, anyway. Sell the spiky shield for more damage from my commercial zoning.
My people would live in peace. Boring! Are you sure? Have you noticed?
Captain Ox? What do you mean, the person who plays the music in the car? Yeah, that's why you shouldn't believe in yourself. Big mistake, buddy. Yeah, fight's pretty good. And we do get perma-haste pretty quickly.
My shop is a statement, a protest against mediocrity.
I do have value on my items, but Skyscraper, like, has double value in combat, so its value in combat would be 48. And then it would have multicast. So it deals damage equal to 3 times the value of your item. So 48 on itself, 8, 51, 32. Let's say that's like 150. So it deals 450 with 2 casts. 6 seconds into the fight. That's significantly worse than everything else I'm doing right now. I don't think I have any reason I should roll in Lux's store. I just came here to window shop, buddy.
Now that's entertainment.
I mean, the Silk's HP is still really important. So upgrade is probably going to be bootstraps, because I can force that to upgrade 1 more item, and if I survive today, I can force it to upgrade all of my items.
Now that's quality!
I no longer have any use for Juggler from Trash Titan, so... I'm just gonna go for the strength. Yeah, it pretty much takes freezing my board to stop me. Iceberg, when you're uses an item, freeze it for 1 second. I don't think I can free enough space on my board to actually use that, but it is funny. I'll hold it for a while. If nothing else, it's 24 gold in pocket.
Come on in. Let's chat.
Okay, so Bootstraps is going to upgrade an item in 28 gold spent. So I could spend 24 here and then reroll.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye. So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And now I can buy Ointment, and Ointment is too high quality for the Bootstraps to upgrade, so it'll upgrade something else, and thank heck it was the Pendulum. What did the Pendulum even get, though? It now hastes an additional item. It was previously hasting 3 items, now it hastes 4, so it literally hastes the full board, and it's also giving 50% crit chance to its adjacents now. So good. I'm gonna buy and sell textiles. Again, just about getting the boots a little more. Buy and sell crook.
You're busy. Enjoy your purchase.
Mr. Morland, you have property items, but do I care anymore? This is pretty good of a final board state for us right now. It has the ability to provide permahaste. Admittedly, like, doubling the shielding given by shielded fixer-upper would be nice. So balcony, obviously, to replace pendulum. But like the fact that we've got crit and haste coming out of that, like it invalidates the haste given by Turbo Silk Scarf, but once I get 7 seconds into the fight is probably decided. Now that we're 11 days into the game, the fight's probably already decided by that point. I can't wait until then in order to get my haste for the first time. I'm gonna go to the aerodrome. We're just gonna look for a unique area that's worth going to. No. No. Nope. I should go to this store. I will. It's economic items are the ones I care about right now.
For money. I suppose I'm something of a carpenter.
I guess the only items that are even getting upgraded at the moment are economic items, so I don't have to worry about the fact that it's going to upgrade one of them.
A wise investment, Mr. Pygmalion.
Drop a rewards card on the shielded fixer-upper. I'm about to leave the space and it's not going to be relevant anymore, but did it anyway. I should really get gold gain here. Welcome back, Skyscraper.
I don't succeed unless my clients succeed, and I am very successful. I made that same investment once.
Easy to buy and sell ointment there.
Evidence, wouldn't you?
Oh, now that I have the marbles off the field, the adjacency goes back to this. We still want the shielded fixer-upper to double the right rear shielding, and also it applies it faster, so. I have no disruption. That's the thing, right? I don't disrupt my enemy at all, and if they disrupt me, I suddenly become pretty slow at generating what I do. I see. You've got poison on yours. Does mine happen fast enough to invalidate that being relevant? How are you freezing my entire board state constantly? So that ultimately came down to lockdown. Frozen Shot, first 8 times they use their slowest weapon, which is the Force Field. First time they use their large item, they freeze. And also when they got below half health, they froze all items for a second. Was your freeze specific to the Force Field? What'd you freeze? Okay, no, it was the shielded fixer-upper that took the constant freeze there. And there's also slow for the whole board as well as that freeze. Well, I did tell you that's exactly what we were vulnerable to.
If the Elder could see me now.
I mean, the Force Field, the Turbo Silk Scarf, it was all there. We saw a lot of Force Fields and spiked shields over the course of that run, and we admittedly ran both. So, I can hardly judge. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been The Bazaar. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations, and down below, streaming past, are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays at or above the neck tier. And a special thanks this episode to Mr. Gibberish. Hopefully you'll all be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.